Okay, welcome everybody. This is Stephen Cross, and you know what? I told you all I was going to be bringing some music to you, and those of you that are out there that are hurting, and first I give God the glory, the honor, the praise for the talent which He's given me, and I learned how to play this horn right here, actually pretty much in church. Let me explain my story. Well, you see, my dad was a Pentecostal pastor, so my dad wanted music in the church. So what he did, he asked all of his kids when they were younger what instrument he wanted to play. So I really liked the saxophone. I heard this guy playing it in a garage across the street. Skippy, he might be out there watching. It wasn't him playing, but it was his band. And I listened and I saw that and I looked at that and said, man, that sure is an instrument I sure would like to play. And I saw it and I thought like, man, that thing sure looks difficult. And so my father, he bought me a horn. So what ended up happening is that I had about maybe 4 months lessons, and then my dad came home one day and he asked me, son, did you practice? And I love practicing, but what happened that particular day is my mom, when she picked me up from school, I had my horn in the back, and back in those days we had station wagons. Yeah, I'm going back there. And so station wagons, and what happened is my horn was actually in the back of the car. Okay, so mom accidentally forgot and left the window up. I don't think she knew my horn was in there. And sure enough, somebody stole my horn. So I didn't get another horn until about 3 years later sometime, and then my dad, what he did, I got it, and I pretty much kind of remembered how to play it, you know, blow some of the notes and stuff like that. So I just started practicing in church and playing in the church, and what happened is that through trial and error and, you know, through trying to figure out the notes and the change of keys and musicians trying to lose me, you know what I'm talking about. And playing so loud, I had to play up in the corner to hear myself, bank off the, you know, things like that. Guys that play horns, they know what I'm talking about. And God gifted me to be able to learn how to play this, so I can't take no credit for how to play it. I just give the credit all to God. And I'm going to give you a little story about this horn. This is a soprano saxophone, okay? And it's either a soprano or called a straight sax. Now this particular saxophone, it's one of those horns that, did you remember to turn off the bell? The ringer? You did? Okay, so I had to check to make sure I'm something else. I'm just straight for it live. I'm checking to make sure things is right. Anyway, this right here is the guy that made this horn. His name is Mr. Saxophone. And you know, what I tell people right now is that you should always give God the credit for whatever you can do. Because just think about it. The man that made this horn, God had to give him the invention. Look at all these keys. Now, how are you going to come up with this in your own mind to be able to make this, put all these notes on here, to make them like harmonize with each other, which one to push, and how to get the key to be right in the key, how to get this to adjust it, so this adjusts it so it's in key. When I go play to a horn, some music, this right here adjusts the sound. So if this isn't adjusted properly, then that means that I can't play my horn to guys that are playing the keyboard. If the keyboard's out of tune, I can't play, because I tune to the keyboard. So my horn is tuned right here. It should be tuned that everywhere I go, and the person that plays a musician, that's a saxophone player, they know it. So if it's out of tune, you can't tune it. I can't, if the main thing's out of tune, which is going to be the keyboard, I can't do that. So what I'm going to tell you all is that I'm going to give God the credit, and there's a CD album that my brother David Cross, actually, I give him all the credit for it. He calls me co-writer, but you know, I'm not really the co-writer to some degree. All I did was, I wrote my part, but look, he wrote the music. My dad had passed away. You know, he was a pastor. He passed away suddenly, and all of us were going through, we were down and out. And so what ended up happening is that, you know, David's over there writing music. And, you know, David was getting down. I mean, David came and brought it to me and said, hey, Stephen, I want you to check out something. This is my brother that's a little younger than me, 2 years younger than me. And so I said, man, David, this is tight, man. And all of us were grieving in our own ways, you know. All of me and my brothers and sisters, we get along great. You know, thank God to that. In fact, when my mother passed away and my dad passed away, we didn't fight over nothing. You know how you guys be out there fighting over property and fighting who's going to get the land. We didn't do none of that. We all got along. You know that? Because that was because of our parents. I had the best parents in the world. I can't, you know, I'm telling you right now, I didn't realize what I had. I know what I had, but once I started realizing, I started loving my dad, he was gone. I mean, when I told my dad, I said, you know, Daddy, I love you, man. You know, I don't even know if my father ever told me he loved me. He probably did. I don't remember. Anyway, so, but he showed me he loved me. So anyway, David's over there playing music, and I'm listening to this. I'm saying, man, this is tight. So what we ended up doing is we got this music together, and we stayed up early in the morning. My brothers and sisters know, and they probably watching this right now. But they know, and we set up, and David was playing the keys, giving us our parts, and then we had all this music, and what we started doing was we started doing our lyrics, and David wrote all the lyrics, and we started singing. what ended up happening is that my sister Loretta, she's a beautician. She does hair. She does a good job. So y'all need your hair done, get in contact with me if you're here in San Diego, because Loretta can get down. She used to give us that Jerry curl. We was the first ones out with the Jerry curls. Other people said, man, I was like, man, I was styling that Jerry curl, you know, that slicky thing, but mine didn't look wet. Yep, it didn't look wet. It was dry, but it still was curly. I mean, I had hair that wasn't mine. Anyway, I was doing something like you women out there. No, but that was actually at least really my hair. No, I'm just messing with y'all. So what I'm saying is that, you know me, y'all. I gotta have fun. If I can't have fun and laugh, you know, I'm like a roller coaster. I'm gonna take you on a ride. A roller coaster, you get scared. You might have some drama. You might cry a little bit. You know, you might get scared, and then you're gonna have some fun. But after you get through riding the ride, you say, man, that was a good ride. Let's go do it again. So that's how I am, y'all. So I'm gonna have you going up and down. I'm gonna have you emotional, because I'm an emotional cat. Okay. So anyway, so David's writing this music. So we got together. My sister had rented a ball theater down at the Town and Country here in San Diego, and what she did, we ended up inviting this major preacher, and what we were doing, we were dedicating this night to my mom, my beautiful mother, Carbadina Cross. Have you ever heard her name called Carbadina? That's my sister's name. That's classic. Tell me if you heard somebody named Carbadina. I mean, come on, that's classic. And my mom was classic too, because she could sew, she made me clothes and stuff, and I'd be out on Christmas time, I'm walking in my clothes, instead of playing with my toys, I'd be walking down the street sporting my clothes. Anyways, so what I'm getting ready to do today is we got together and we played this music to my mother. We actually had a big setting, you know, tables, we rented tubs, you know, and we were styling in the name of Jesus. So what we did is we sang to my mom, and I did some of the lead songs. So the music sat for a while. And what I ended up doing, I ended up taking this music and taking it and sat, and I said, man, you know, see, everybody kept asking me, Steven, you got a CD? You got got anything out? I said, man, I ain't got no music. Then I remember my brother had those 24 tracks that was sitting there. So what I did one day is, as I was going through my trouble in my life and my situation of losing my jobs and what have you, I decided to take that music, and I asked David, it's okay if I take the lyrics, take everything and just kind of play my horn to it. So I got my garage, you know, my 5-bedroom house that I had that I was blessed with out in Chula Vista. Actually, it's South Bay San Diego, and I started playing this music, and the music was so inspirational in my spirit that I just played it, and then it ended up on the radio. It ended up on Kelly Cole, Lights House Jazz. They gave me 10 views, and the music just started taking stars. And what I did is that I was going to put it in a store to sell it, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to give this to people. So if something happens one day, and they have my signature, and I'm somewhere playing, and they have my CD, all they have to do, if they have to pay, I prefer that people just get it free. But if they have to pay, that they can turn around and just bring my CD in, and that gets them in free. That was my way of saying to them. And when I signed, you know what I signed? I didn't want to sign. People wanted my autograph. You know, I was playing around town. People wanted an autograph. They wanted to know where I came from. They said, man, dude, where you been at, man? Where you from? They thought I was a star. I ain't no star. I don't want to be no star, okay? And I ain't going to be no Illuminati either. Like a lot of you stars out there that sold your souls for it. I ain't doing that. My music is for God, all right? I play to the Creator. And I'm going to tell y'all a few things. When you go, let me get back to the story. Anyway, so here it is. We're turning around, and we play this music, and it gets on the radio. So I turned around, and I said, you know what? I want a fan book. You know, because the artist is only good as the people that like his music. If I'm the only one that likes this music, and it was my brother's, pretty much David Cross, I'm the co-writer, only the parts I wrote. I did take some things and change it, you know, here and there, but the original music is David's. So I ain't trying to take credit for nothing that's not mine, you know. So anyway, here it is. We take this music and we play it, and people are loving it. And I guess what happened, this music lifted me and my brother's spirits. We were down and out, and the spirit, it just lifted us up. That's like this song that I'm getting ready to play is called Lift Him Up. What up? Lift Jesus Up. That's what it's called, Lift Him Up. People say they love this song. So this particular song, before I get ready to play it, I want to tell you a little bit more. And that is that those are called playing in the zone. You musicians, it's very important that when you're playing music, and that is, in fact, I want to go back to the fan book. The fan book, because people wanted my autograph. I wanted to make a fan book and have them sign their name. I wanted their autograph, because my music was only going to be as good as those that liked it. If I'm the only one that likes the music, what good is it? But if other people like it, and I can lift their spirits. People tell me that our music kept them from committing to suicide. I've heard that many times. I've heard people tell me I gave somebody a sample of it, and the guy said he gave it to his daughter, and his daughter wouldn't give it back. And I said, like, I thought he was playing around, because I gave it to him. He said, no, Steve, I'm serious, man. My daughter wouldn't give it back. So what he ended up doing, he turned around and he bought one from me. So that made me believe him. So anyway, I'm just saying that this music is blessed, and if you feel a blessing coming from it, you know, give God the credit, because God is the one that lifted us up, and people say it makes them feel happy. And I know we're in some sad times right now. So this music that I'm sending to you is from the Lord. So as I play, playing in the zone, getting back to playing in the zone, when you play in the zone, all music belongs to God. So what I would do when I play my best is when I'm imagining before the throne and I'm playing before God, who the creator is, and I'm trying to play my skill. I'm playing the skillest as I can. And I'm playing to the Lord. I'm saying, Lord, this is for you. And then what God does, you musicians that are out there that don't know how to really play music right, because you're not playing it right. If you're playing to try to get your head lifted up or trying to play to a girl, I mean, you can do that if you play in a setting, you know, for your girlfriend or you're getting married. I'm talking about when you're playing music and you're playing it to God, because God created music. So when God created music, what you do is you play to God, and what God does, he sends it down simultaneously at the same time to different people in different ways. I can tell you so many stories, but this is not the place. But so many people have been moved and touched by this music, and that I decided, you know what? I'm just going to not let this be in the stores. I'm going to take it out, and I'm going to let this be a personal CD that my brothers allowed me to play and to give to people, and it's touched so many lives. And so this song that I'm going to play is called Lift Him Up. Help me lift him up. So we're going to lift him up. Right?